Have you ever woken up and felt the ground sway for a second? That quick dizziness you brush off, take a deep breath, and go on with your day. For most people, it's just another ordinary morning. But for your brain, it could be the beginning of something very serious. Thousands of people over 60 are entering a pre-stroke state without even realizing it. No pain, no alarm, no clear warning signs. It all starts silently, in the early morning hours, and the body gives signals, but we've learned to ignore them. Ever felt dizzy when getting up? Comment now, yes or no. Your answer might be the first step to understanding what's going on with your body. Today, you'll learn how one simple morning habit, one you've probably been doing for years, could be putting your life at risk. More importantly, you'll find out what to do first thing tomorrow morning to truly protect your brain. Dr. Oliver has been a neurologist for over 25 years. He's seen hundreds of stroke cases that could have been avoided with a simple change in the morning routine. He's not here to scare you. He's here to show you what no one else has told you. Many people start their day with habits that seem healthy: a cold shower, strong black coffee, skipping breakfast. But what most don't know is that these practices, if done wrong, can trigger vascular collapse in the brain. And that's why this video exists. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Every video here is built on medical evidence, real cases, and smart prevention. It's not about fear, it's about choice. And information might be what protects you, or someone in your family, in the days ahead. In this video, you'll discover the 7 dangerous morning habits that are sabotaging brain health for thousands of seniors every day, and how to avoid them easily without having to change your whole life. Plus, I'll give you a practical morning routine that can reduce your stroke risk by up to 50%, according to recent studies. A routine anyone over 60 can start tomorrow, even if they've never thought about it before. But before I show you this strategy, I need to tell you a story. It happened just a few days ago in my office, with a patient who seemed to be doing everything right. Her name is Mrs. Helena, and what she went through could be silently happening to you or someone in your family. There's a time of day when your brain is most vulnerable, and it's exactly when you'd least expect, the early morning hours, between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Waking up seems simple, but for your body, it's like coming out of suspension and being thrown into an obstacle course. At that moment, your body goes through an invisible stress spike. Blood pressure shoots up, blood thickens, and cerebral blood flow suddenly shifts. And all of this happens before you even brush your teeth. If you're over 60, this transition is even more delicate. The vascular system ages, blood pressure regulation slows down, and the brain's blood supply becomes more sensitive to any variation. Now imagine going through this process without drinking water, without preparation, and making small mistakes. Every single day, you don't feel it. It doesn't hurt. But it's like tightening invisible screws in your brain, one by one. And when the last one tightens, the stroke hits. Suddenly, but built up over time. Most people ignore this. They wake up on autopilot, as if the body were a machine. And that's exactly where the danger lies. But here's what almost no one tells you. This risk can be drastically reduced with simple adjustments. But first, you need to understand exactly what you're doing wrong and how to reprogram your mornings to protect your mind. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 7 habits you must urgently stop doing when you wake up. It might feel uncomfortable to realize you're doing some of them, but that discomfort is what can save you. You might think you have a good routine, but the truth is, your brain doesn't care what you think. It reacts to what you do. And every morning, those repeated small gestures are either building your brain health or slowly compromising your most vital functions. Now, full attention. Up next, I'll show you the 7 most dangerous morning habits for anyone over 60. And I want you to listen to each one as if you're looking in a mirror, because if you see yourself in any of them, and you will, the decision to change could literally save your life. 1. Getting out of bed too quickly. Waking up and jumping out of bed is an automatic action, but a deeply dangerous one. Your brain has spent hours in deep rest. Circulation is still slow, blood pressure is still adjusting. When you get up all at once, you're forcing the cardiovascular system before it's ready. This can cause that familiar dizziness upon standing. Here's an important fact: that dizziness is not normal. It's a sign your brain is receiving oxygen irregularly. If this happens daily, the risks quietly pile up. Apply the 90-second rule. When you wake up, sit on the edge of the bed, breathe slowly, move your hands and feet, and give your body a moment to fully wake up. Only then should you stand. That short pause could be the difference between a normal day and a silent heart attack. 2. Drinking coffee before hydrating. You wake up dehydrated. During sleep, your body naturally loses fluids. And what do most people do when they open their eyes? Go straight for the coffee. The problem is, coffee is a diuretic. In other words, it further intensifies dehydration, making your blood thicker and harder to circulate. The result? A struggling brain, unstable blood pressure, and an increased risk of microvessel collapse. Start your day with a full glass of water. It might seem simple, but rehydrating right after waking up is like oiling a machine before turning it on, and your brain needs that fluidity to function safely. 3. Eating healthy foods, high in sodium. Packaged whole grain bread, turkey breast, store-bought granola, they seem like safe options, right? But the truth is, many so-called healthy foods hide large amounts of sodium, which quickly raises your blood pressure in the early hours. Limit sodium intake to no more than 300 milligrams before 9 a.m., and be skeptical of anything that comes in packaging. Your brain isn't made to read labels. It responds to chemical stimuli, and excess sodium is one of them. 4. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. This one's a classic. You wake up, feel no appetite, and have only a cup of coffee to wake up. But what you're really doing is pumping adrenaline straight into your bloodstream. Coffee on an empty stomach triggers spikes in cortisol and adrenaline. And what does that lead to? Rapid heartbeat, mild mental confusion, sweating, and a sharp rise in blood pressure. Eat something light before coffee. A banana, some plain yogurt, or a slice of boiled egg. This not only protects your system, but also reduces the neurological impact of the coffee. 5. Ignoring mild symptoms, like dizziness, slowness, or slurred speech. This is one of the biggest dangers. Most people ignore the little signs: slight dizziness, struggling to form sentences, a heavy feeling in the body. They think it's just part of aging. But these are pre-stroke symptoms. Your body doesn't speak in words, it speaks through symptoms. If you feel something unusual early in the morning, it's not random. It's your brain trying to warn you. And ignoring that warning could be the biggest mistake of your life. 6. Taking medication with coffee. Coffee interferes with the absorption of many medications, from common ones like painkillers or anti-anxiety meds to more delicate ones like blood pressure or circulation drugs. Mixing them can reduce the medication's effectiveness and lead to hidden side effects. Wait 30 minutes between taking medication and drinking coffee. That time window is enough to let your body properly absorb the medicine. 7. Holding your urine after waking up. It might seem trivial, but holding in your urine first thing in the morning increases internal pressure in the body and activates the sympathetic nervous system, the same one responsible for stress responses and a racing heart. The result? A faster heartbeat, higher blood pressure, and a stress signal to your brain. As soon as you open your eyes, go to the bathroom. This helps stabilize your nervous system and reduces cardiovascular risks in the first hours of the day. Take a moment and reflect. How many of these habits do you repeat without even noticing? How many have you normalized because they're part of your morning? And most importantly, which one are you ready to change starting tomorrow? Comment below, which of these 7 habits do you follow, and which one will you drop starting now? Be honest. Change begins with acknowledgement, and your brain will thank you for it, silently, with more clarity, better memory, and more life. Now that you understand the habits that silently attack your brain every morning, it's time to look inward. Think calmly. Be honest with yourself. Because this part can be uncomfortable, and that's exactly why it's essential. I'm going to present to you now 5 warning signs. These aren't diagnoses, but they are subtle warnings from your body, often ignored for years. You'll hear them one by one. For each sign, mentally ask yourself, does this happen to me? And at the end, count how many signs you recognized. That number might change how you see your mornings. Do you feel dizzy when getting out of bed? Even if it lasts just seconds, it indicates a sudden drop in blood pressure and an imbalance in cerebral blood flow. Does your heart race after drinking coffee? Morning tachycardia, especially on an empty stomach, is a sign of a deregulated adrenaline spike. Your brain interprets this as a threat. Does your blood pressure rise right after breakfast? If so, there may be sodium buildup and poor medication absorption. Your vascular system is being stressed without warning. Have you noticed slightly slurred speech in the morning? Words coming out slowly, trouble forming sentences, or a foggy mind can be early neurological signs. Does your heart speed up when you get out of bed, even on calm days? This morning heart rate spike may be a response to internal stress, your body's defense mechanism triggered by harsh habits. Now be direct. If you identified 2 or more signs, stop everything and comment below the number you recognized. This isn't just a comment, it's a commitment to yourself. It's the first step to act before your body makes the decision for you. Remember, strokes don't come with a warning, but your body does, and you've just learned how to listen. If your morning habits can put your brain at risk, the good news is they can also protect it. You don't need to change your whole life or adopt an athlete's routine. What your brain needs is predictability, hydration, flow, and gentleness. Small adjustments with real impact. This is the morning routine that can reduce stroke risk by up to 50%, according to clinical studies on healthy and recovering seniors. It's simple, but powerful. Prepare everything at night. Organize your morning before bed. Place a glass of water by your bed. Set out your medication. Choose a light breakfast. This removes the stress of improvisation, which your brain interprets as a threat. Psychologically, predictability reduces cortisol spikes, and that starts protecting your mind from the first moments of the day. Wake up with the 90-second rule. When you open your eyes, don't stand up right away. Sit on the edge of the bed, close your eyes for a moment, move your fingers and toes, take 3 slow breaths, then stand up. This brief pause stabilizes your blood pressure and signals to your body that everything is okay. Your nervous system needs that time to safely transition from sleep to wakefulness. Drink a full glass of water. Simple but essential. Water hydrates the brain, improves circulation, and activates organs without stress. Bonus tip: add a splash of lemon or a pinch of natural salt to enhance absorption. Eat something light before coffee. A banana, a slice of avocado, or plain yogurt. That alone prevents adrenaline spikes and protects your neurological activity. And only then, enjoy your coffee, calmly, in a peaceful environment. Avoid screens during the first 30 minutes. TV, phone, social media. All of these increase unregulated dopamine production and can raise your baseline anxiety early in the day. That kind of digital stimulation is like a mental marathon first thing in the morning. If possible, start your day with natural light, soft music, or even silence. This helps regulate your internal rhythm. Record your blood pressure every day. Make it a ritual. It builds body awareness, reduces fear, and gives you a sense of control. The more in tune you are with your signals, the less dependent you become on chance. Share this routine with someone close. Make the change as a pair. Involve your partner, parent, or a friend in this practice. Studies show that sharing health goals increases adherence to new habits by up to 70%. Plus, you'll be helping someone you love, and that might be the greatest motivation of all. Now you have a real, practical, and possible choice. It's not about changing everything. It's about changing what matters. And tomorrow morning, you can begin. Tomorrow, when you open your eyes, 2 choices will be in front of you. Repeat the same habits that silently threaten your brain, or give your body the care it's been quietly asking for years. There's no middle ground when it comes to brain health after 60. You either protect it or you risk it. And now you know what to do. You've learned the 7 habits you need to eliminate. You've seen the simple routine that can cut your stroke risk in half. And you understand it doesn't take heroic effort. It takes precision, attention, and self-love. Your brain is your story. Your memories, your speech, your movements, your emotions. Everything that makes you who you are depends on your brain health. So don't keep this video to yourself. Share it with someone in your family, someone you care about. Send it now. It could be the difference between a full life and a life limited by seconds that could have been prevented. And if this content helped you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, every video is made to protect those who care for everyone else, you. Remember, small habits change destinies. Protect your morning. Protect your life.